See, Middle Eastern perfumes are getting expensive day by day. I get it. But they also offer great quality at great value. They used to. But as of now, when the pricing has started creeping up, like 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, now they're going into a category where the designers used to exist maybe 2 to 3 years back. And that has given an edge to the Indian perfumes in a way. Some of them so good as of now that I really don't want to reach out for the Middle Eastern version and I would rather settle with the Indian perfume. Today I'm going to share with you 4 perfumes, 4 that has completely replaced my urge for buying that Middle Eastern dupe that I would have purchased 2 years back. These are the perfumes that are now so good that I will be recommending them over and over and over again, above and beyond the DNA of that specific Middle Eastern perfume, no matter what. I know there might be some compromise in the quality, but then again, inflation, everything is just, creeping things up. And if in case you're a value buyer like me, you may want to lose on some of that quality aspect. In some cases, you're not even losing out on anything, but rather make that smarter move, purchase something in a smarter way, utilize that money somewhere else. So the 4 perfumes that I'm going to share with starts off right with Khamrah Qahwa. At this point in time, Khamrah Qahwa has been duped for so many inspirations have come out of Khamrah Qahwa. It has now become a DNA which is available at very, very, very cheaper prices. But not all perfumes are created equally. The cheapest one that I can recommend, or I can actually go ahead and purchase anytime I would want the DNA of Khamrah to be in my collection, would not be a Lattafa Khamrah anymore. It's going to be Arabian Aroma's Old Money Elixir. I know you can tell me like, Dibhai, the quality that Khamrah Qahwa used to offer is not here in Elixir. I do understand that. But the trade-off is very minimal. After that 5 minutes mark, there is barely any difference in the quality because the perfume gets settled. For the first 5 minutes, it's not like the perfume has got too much alcoholic blast, it's on your face, you cannot bear it. No, it's not like that. The only thing is this perfume is an apparel perfume. For the demo purposes, I just applied them on my skin. But you should apply these perfumes on your clothes. That's the only thing. Apparel perfumes are supposed to be applied in the apparel, but I usually apply any perfumes on my clothes and I do not apply them on my skin because at the end of the day, perfumes are chemicals, aroma chemicals, right? So here the value proposition is almost 10 times cheaper. I mean, not 10 times, it's going to be 5 times cheaper because this 50 ml bottle will cost 350 rupees. So Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa as of date sells for like 3,500, in some cases 3,000. So at around 5 times the price to value ratio, because if I convert it into an 100 ml bottle, this would have sold for 700 rupees. So in that case, the value proposition between the two, the difference between the two would have been 5 times. So in that particular sense, even if the price is 5 times cheaper, the scent profile and the quality is not a day and night difference. It's not 5 times less quality. There is a very subtle difference in the quality. I really don't want my perfume to stay more than 7 to 8 hours on my clothes because after that point in time, it starts disturbing me. I'm sorry, I feel like that. I mean, it could be that you're a person who would apply the perfume on your clothes and you might want to stretch it for the next day. For me, 7 to 8 hours is okayish, and when I'm spending like 350 rupees on a perfume like this, I have no worry. So Khamrah Qahwa DNA, I would rather switch to an Arabian Aroma Old Money Elixir and will be happy with it. So that's perfume number 1. The next perfume that I loved, I adored, was this one, Lattafa Maahir Legacy. A perfume, this used to sell at around 1700-1800. Later on, it became 2100, 2200, and at this point in time, even 3000. This perfume is selling. This is one of the oldest clone of Sedley that I used to own, and I loved the bottle because of this silver horse. But after owning this bottle for a long duration of time and using the smell for a long duration of time, I came across this particular perfume, which is Velore's Tormenta. And the moment I received this particular perfume, it just felt like, why do I need to own a Lattafa Maahir Legacy anyway as of now? Because this perfume, after this came, Maahir Legacy kind of became redundant for me because this is also based on the DNA of Sedley. And this is also a very, very, very good inspired version on Sedley. The only difference is this is a bit more fizzy. Here, the spices are a bit amped up and the fizziness of the perfume is a bit more. It feels more effervescent. Although that effervescence would last you not more than 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes after that, these two perfumes kind of goes into the same territory. But Tormenta has got a little bit of more sandalwood at the base, which Maahir Legacy didn't. That creamy sandalwood base kind of adds a bit more depth to Tormenta. And the pricing, this is now kind of like 3000-ish, 800 rupees. even if I convert it into a 100 ml bottle, because this is not 100 ml, this I guess is a 60 ml bottle, if I remember correctly. Let's say 50 ml for that matter. Even if I double it, it would be 1600. Over here, this is around 3000. So you are paying almost half the price. But the scent profile, the quality, everything is very good over here. The only caveat to not using Legacy, Maahir Legacy, could be the longevity part, because this would last 30 minutes to 40 minutes more than Tormenta. But both of them will not last you more than 5 to 6 hours. After that, anyway, the perfume will fade away. Since this perfume is a bit more inexpensive compared to Maahir Legacy, I would any day pick this one. After maybe the 5th or the 6th hour mark, I would top it up and I'm more than happy. Because anyway, this is not offering me double the projection and longevity. And the scent profile is almost similar. So if I were to give you a suggestion as of now on the DNA of Perfumes de Maahir Legacy, this will not be the option anymore. It's always going to be Velore's Tormenta. That is for sure. Up until something better than this comes up. The next one is going to be Fattan. You know how much I love Fattan. If in case you have been following my channel, from day one, I have been an advocate of this perfume, and still this is one of my favorite. Fattan at that point in time used to sell for like 900 rupees, 1000 rupees, even 1100 rupees for this 50 ml. But as of now, Fattan can go as high as 1400 rupees as well. If in case you're still getting it at 800, you're lucky. But at the same time, the performance of Fattan has reduced. I mean, like 2 years back when I got this was a beast mode projecting perfume for me at that point in time. Everybody on the 3rd hour or the 4th hour was getting whiffs. Cut to 1 year back, previously like 1 year back, one of my friend got a Fattan just so much. I mean, I recommended him so much that he got one. The performance on that was pretty weak. I mean, I was kind of confused, like how? Maybe the perfumes have not settled in. Maybe after a year it has improved for them. But the point is, the kind of performance and the projection that I used to get with Fattan, these days people are not getting it and they are coming and complaining. Also, the price has increased. But I recently came across a perfume from Menworks, which is Givree. Fattan is based on the DNA of Terre d'Hermès, the OG. But it's not a head-to-head clone. It had its own unique nuances, the Middle Eastern touches, you can say, that made it different but enjoyable at the same time. The dirty orange and the vetiver combination, the ratio was kind of a bit different over here. The spices also was kind of a bit in the different ratio when it came to Fattan. But whenever I talked about Terre d'Hermès, more than Terre d'Hermès, I would have loved Fattan. I still love Fattan. There is no doubt about it. The dirty orange, the vetiver, mind-blowing, okay? But Terre d'Hermès has got a flanker called Terre d'Hermès or Givree. And or Givree is being replicated now by the house of Menworks, and I got this sample and I was blown away. I mean, I am blown away still. This again is not exact head-to-head like Fattan, but they all come from the same family of Terre d'Hermès, and this has got a very bitter lime along with the dirty orange at the top. That's basically citron coming into play. The base is almost as good as Fattan and Terre d'Hermès in my opinion, with a bit more smokier nuances that you're going to get in this one, which is the characteristics of Eau de Givree. Eau de Givree or Eau Givree. I mean, I have got a sample lying over there for the Givree from Terre d'Hermès. I got it, I tested it. Although this is not 100% head-to-head like the Givree, Terre d'Hermès or Givree, but it's kind of there, around 70-80%. It kind of gets into the same territory, just that in case of most of the clones, what happens is the dry down is similar and the opening is a bit different. But in case of Menworks Givree, the opening is more similar and the dry down is a bit more like Terre d'Hermès in this case. The smoky nuances are a bit less than the OG or Givree, but it's so good. It's so good and they are so identical. Rather than buying a Fattan as of now, I am going with Menworks Givree because very smooth right out of the box. Zero alcoholic blast for me. The longevity has been great as well. As close to Fattan, I get the same kind of performance with this one, 5 to 6 hours. I get the perfume whiff from my clothes and the projection is almost an hour to 1 hour 15 minutes where I'm getting the whiff, but there is a but. Just like Fattan, you need a bit of warmer temperature. You need to have the sun with you so that the perfume kind of evaporates. Then and only then the vetiver kind of kicks in and kind of makes it pleasant. If in case you're wearing this in the winter, you may be disappointed. But if in case you're wearing it in a hot summery day, the dirty orange, the citron, the woodsy notes, the spices, they all add up to make a very, really good, incredible concoction of vetiver based perfume that you have ever used. And that is the reason from now onwards, Fattan is my second favorite Givree from Menworks kind of takes the center stage for me. It's better than Hira off the grid as well. I mean, I love this perfume. And the best part about Givree is the pricing. This comes at a pricing of $8.99 for the 50 ml, basically 900 rupees, which was the older price of Fattan. And this particular perfume bottle, the 15 ml one, is 350 rupees, like 349 for this 15 ml. I would say in this case, rather than going for the sample, if in case you love vetiver, you can directly go with the full bottle. That's more value for money, because at $8.99, like 900 rupees, you're going to get an incredible blend of vetiver, that is for sure. But there is a but. Have you ever smelled citronella, the oil citronella? In some houses, they use it while cleaning the bathroom. Okay, there is this green herbal smell, citronella. If in case you haven't, you can check out the oil of citronella. You might get a feeling like that from this perfume. If in case you have never ever tried the DNA of a vetiver based perfume with dirty orange mix, anything related to Terdermis. If in case you have not tried it, you might feel that the perfume smells like a Navratan oil or citronella oil, something like that. So it's not for the young masses. If in case you're a bit matured, I am pretty sure you're gonna love the note of vetiver, and thus Givree. So that's my third perfume. And the fourth one is a recent purchase. I loved this perfume when I got it, but then after some point in time, I kind of stopped wearing it because it was a bit challenging for me, which was Rayhaan's Noctorno Elixir. This was one of the best rendition for L'Exclusive, Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusive, that I own in my collection. There are a few more. I got one from Sniff and Smell. I got one from My Perfume Secrets. There were a few, but Rayhaan's Noctorno Elixir was something that I was really enjoying. I don't know why. Maybe because of the performance that I was getting with blend quality, had some alcoholic blast in the opening, but somehow I kind of liked it. But the pricing as of now has increased to like 3,100. By the way, shout out to Alex Bloom, because I got this as a partial from Alex Bloom. So thank you so much. Shout out basically for providing me this perfume at a much cheaper rate. Coming back to the perfume. The thing is, this is available at around like 31, 32, 3,300 for this particular bottle. And I feel that at this particular pricing and the Indian weather that we are in, Bleu de Chanel Exclusive DNA is kind of a bit challenging and polarizing to wear, because it's not as fresh as Bleu de Chanel's any other flanker. There is an incensey note. There is some leather-like accord at the back end. It's a very darkest shade of blue that you can imagine. That's Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. It's very dark. There's olibanum. There is some incensey notes, which makes it very polarizing. If in case you live in a hot and humid area, good luck to you wearing this. You'll not feel good. In short, that is what I can say. However, this is where this particular perfume come into play, which is Ababel's Debonair. The packaging of Ababel's Debonair is a bit disappointing to me. They should have went with the clear bottles. I think they just wanted to copy the DNA or copy the entire structure of how an exclusive bottle should look like, and that is the reason they went with the black paint. But the paint job on this particular bottle felt a bit off. I mean, I have seen some other houses doing the same, and I felt that Ababel's strength was in the packaging department, where they had clear bottles and everything. Magnetic cap and the sprayer and everything they have kept the same. I just feel that the bottle coloring should have been just kept to neutral, polished, clear bottles that they used to buy. But by the way, you may ask, why the F did I not review the Discovery set, the Euphoria collection? I already purchased it. But the point was, I mean, this is a complaint and an appreciation at the same time. Chetan Bhai from Sentimental made a review about it, and he made it so elaborate, he made it so good that at that point in time, I just felt like whatever I'm going to say will feel like redundant, because he already said what he had to say and he explained things so good that if in case you are looking for the complete review of the Euphoria collection in one video, Chetan Bhai from Sentimental has already covered it, and I really do not have to add anything on top of it. But I will disagree on one part. Chetan Bhai's favorite is basically Debonair. For me, the favorite is Mavi Leather, but that's a topic that I'm going to discuss in some other video. But he also hated Yacht Club. I kind of loved Yacht Club. So the point is, I really loved the Euphoria collection, and I'm gonna actually buy all the bottles because I have my own reasons to buy them. But the Debonair one is my second favorite, and the reason I would not buy or recommend Nocturno Elixir anymore is because after the introduction of Debonair, what I came to understand is people are calling it like a hybrid between two DNA, basically Blue de Chanel Parfum and Blue de Chanel Exclusive. Although I agree to some extent, but at the same time, I have my own thesis or theory, you can say. The moment you smell the perfume, you're gonna get a note of a there's a nutty note that I get in the opening, very similar to a chestnut note that I used to get in the Stronger With You DNA. Even in Ababel's Dusk Till Dawn, I got this nutty note at the top, which is kind of very evident in case of Debonair. I get the note of a nutty aspect, a nutty accord. I'm calling it chestnut. It could be the note of amber mixing with incenses, which is creating this weird combination. I don't know. But the chestnut or the nutty note basically makes it a bit interesting, because there is a note of grapefruit, which Blue de Chanel Parfum has, but now the introduction of this nutty note makes the grapefruit note a bit different, and I kind of enjoy it. It's not like I hate it. Also, in case of L'Exclusive, there is a leather accord at the back end. It's a bit more darker and it's a bit more resinous. In case of Debonair, there is no leathery note. The resinous note is also very nuanced. It's a little less darker. So if in case I have to tell you the difference between this, I would say the perfect example of this entire bottle would be this. You see at the top it's darker, and at the bottom there is a lighter shade. In case of this as well, you see just like a lighter shade of blue. I would say just by the bottle you can represent it. Like the lighter shade at the bottom is like Debonair. It's lighter shade of blue, and the L'Exclusive is basically the top, like the darker shade of blue. It's very dark, and it's kind of very hard and challenging to wear in an Indian weather. If in case you live in a hot and humid area, and like as of now it's August, right? When I'm recording this video, it's August. So very soon, September, October, November, December, January, February, these kind of situation, autumn is going to come, then the winter is going to come, then the spring is going to come. At that particular months, this perfume will shine. It's going to be something that you can wear in the daytime and the nighttime as well, and it will not choke you. It's good. And also what I feel, it's that darker shade of blue which is very wearable, and I do not call it a clone at this point in time, because the Blue de Chanel Parfum or the L'Exclusive or whatever Debonair is, they have mixed, and it is now like a latest flanker of Blue de Chanel to own in your collection, which does not smell like anything which is in the Blue de Chanel lineup as of now, because it's an amalgamation of two DNA, making it a DNA of its own. So Debonair for me is kind of a concoction made out of, or a fusion between two perfumes, which has created its own unique accord and blend. Just that I felt that the name Debonair, in case of Debonair, you could have went with some other name, because millennials will understand why I'm saying Debonair is the name that reminds of something else. Gen Zs, I don't know if you know what Debonair is, okay? But also one more thing that I need to add over here, the performance and longevity of Debonair is too good. The performance of this particular perfume, usually what happens is when you get a perfume, you want the perfume to settle down, get oxidized, in somebody's word, macerated, right? Settling down of the perfume. So once the perfume settles down, the performance kind of becomes better. Over here, I'm already getting good performance. Around 1.5 hours, this is projecting. Around 6 to 7 hours, this is staying on my clothes. So maybe after 2 to 3 months, when the perfume gets more settled, I'm looking at a performance of like 8 or 9 hours easily when applied on the clothes, and a projection of around 2 hours. I'm expecting that, but as of now it's 1.5 hours, 6 to 7 hours easily when applied on the clothes, longevity. And a perfume at that 1000, the pricing to be 1095, after some discounts and my cashback from the card, I got this perfume under 1000 rupees. And for that particular matter, this is a very good blend. Now again, this, if in case I compare it in the 100 ml basis, this is going to be 2000 rupees, while this one is around 3000, 3100. So I really don't get the point of suggesting this anymore. So I will be going with Debonair moving forward whenever I have to give you a darker shade of blue. By the way, you can ask me, does this smell like Blue by Ahmed? Because that's also a darker shade of blue, but it's not the same blue. Trust me, that's a more Middle Eastern twist. The spices, the sandalwood, everything is quite different. This is very, very, very different. And if in case you own a piece of Debonair, or if you have tested the Discovery set, do let me know what has been your feeling. I feel that the Euphoria collection's entire vibe was pretty underwhelming. They were not able to create that rift that they have created with their other sets, the Revelation collection or the Discoverate collection or whatever that was. In case of Euphoria collection, the entire response has been mellowed, I guess, because They went with cloning weird perfumes like Torino 21, who needed a Torino 21, but Pristine is really good. Then there are others. Again, I know I missed out on the Discovery set review, but I just felt it was redundant. So these are the perfumes that I would have recommended you instead of buying the Middle Eastern ones. I mean, in 2026 August, when I'm recording this, these are the perfumes that I feel are much better deal than the Middle Eastern counterparts that you are seeing lying on my table. And after testing them, using them for a while, I cannot go back to those Middle Eastern ones, that is for sure. I mean, as a smart customer or a smart buyer, I will not go for those perfumes. I would rather settle with these, and I will be very happy. Let me know in the comment section, what is your view? Do you resonate with me, or your views may differ, and that's completely fine. You just let me know your perspective. If there is any other perfume from the Middle Eastern house you used to buy, but you have stopped because you got a better alternative from an Indian house, do let me know. I will cover that in a separate video again. And I would like to take my exit and thank you so much for watching this video for a long time. A subscribe would mean a lot if in case I'm doing good. If in case I'm not doing good, please do not subscribe, but give me a feedback as to why you didn't subscribe, or why I mean, what better can I do to earn a subscription from your end. So with that, this is Deep signing off. I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye-bye.